Hello and welcome. You're watching the series where we are trying to find out what should be our key focus areas for 2024 in terms of SAP BTP, and this is episode 6. We are going to explore artificial intelligence on SAP BTP. We'll start this episode with a recap of what we have done till now. So you'll get to know in very brief what we have covered in terms of different BTP pillars and the platforms. And then we'll go into AI. We'll understand how it is affecting our jobs and the complete software development cycle and where AI can be infused. We'll see all of this. Then we'll delve into the SAP BTP Artificial Intelligence pillar, where we will see the capabilities and the tools and technologies available for us in terms of SAP BTP development of applications. We'll see what is expected in 2024 by reviewing TechEd 2023 announcements, and where should our focus be. We'll have the recommendations, the upcoming episodes, and how you can be part of this series. So we started this series with series introduction episode, where I actually explained why I'm doing this series and what would be the structure of it, what will be the upcoming episodes. If you have not watched that episode, there will be a link on this particular screen which will just appear. You can go and watch it from there. Then we moved to SAP BTP Basics episode, where I actually explained various cloud related facts. Example, what is cloud? What are different terminologies used in cloud computing world, like software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and platform as a service. I also explained how these landscapes are, the cloud landscapes, which is public, private, or hybrid, and what are hyperscalers. Then I tried to explain SAP BTP with two real life examples. One was setting up your own startup, and the other one was Indian wedding planning. Then we moved to SAP BTP Basics. We saw the building blocks, different pillars of SAP BTP, and how you can get started. And lastly, we saw TechEd 2023 announcements. We reviewed it, and we saw the platform specific change, which Joule, with the introduction of Joule, you can see and how it will impact the work we do on a day-to-day basis today. And lastly, we wrapped it up with our recommendations. If you have not watched the episode, the link is displayed on the screen. In the application development episode, we looked at why application development is important and what is the relationship between your company's growth and the innovation which we are doing right now, which is essential. And then we moved to SAP BTP pillar. We talked about the capabilities, environments, the programming languages, runtimes, and all these things, even the framework of the applications, how we build it. Then we moved to SAP TechEd 2023 announcements, and we saw how SAP Build Code would be coming very soon, and it'll change how we develop applications. And lastly, we had some recommendations on the episode specific to the SAP BTP application development pillars. In the episode focused on automation pillar, we actually looked at different capabilities of the automation pillar, like the workflow management, intelligent robotic process automation. We also saw the process monitoring and the stores where we have the pre-built content. If you have not watched that episode, there will be a link on this screen which will pop up. We also had the TechKit 2023 announcements, where we saw how SAP Build Code will be generating the process flows for you. And lastly, we had some recommendations. In the data and analytics episode, we started by explaining why data and analytics is relevant in today's world, especially when enterprises are taking decisions based on their data. Then we moved to SAP BTP Data Analytics pillar, where we briefly touched upon SAP HANA Cloud, the database, SAP Analytics Cloud, your solution for analytics, and Data Sphere, so data warehousing and all complete business fabric where you can just play around with your data. We also discussed about TechKit 2023 and Data Unleashed 2024 events. And based on that, we also gave you some recommendations. If you have not watched this episode, there will be a link popping up on the screen. So let's talk about AI. It's basically one of the most trending topics on the internet. I start by saying this, that AI of 2024 is completely different. Rather, I would say 2023. So before 2023, AI was considered to be very technical and very limited to only technical people. But now, after 2023, when Gen AI actually disrupted everything and almost every industry, it is now available to everyone and it is everywhere. So you can easily infuse AI in any of your applications, and you can easily use it for any of your productivity hacks. It's very easy to consume it these days. So let's not go too technical into what is Gen AI, or what is basically AI, what are models, because we all know and we have read it. Internet is completely flooded with the technical definition. Um, let's understand what would be the impact on our job then. The first thing which comes to our mind is, okay, AI is basically empowering machines to do our jobs. So are we saying that we are being replaced by machines? Well, not really, because you will still need your human intelligence to perform your job. Now, to what extent you can use machines is a completely different story. So, if you want to enhance your productivity, you have different tools infused by AI. You can use it just to kind of delegate all your laborious work to the machines, while you focus on the creativity part, the human element of your applications, or whatever you do. So it's basically not replacing, but it is redefining how we do our work today. Say, for example, a perfect case of hyper automation is combining AI with automation. So, where you're going into, let's say, different file systems, trying to find out different information, and just keying in everything into, let's say, a proper format. You can easily use AI and automate this process so that you do not have to do the laborious task. Rather, the machine will take care of it. And then you just validate it whether the machine has done the right thing or not. This saves you time and effort, and obviously speeds up the process, because when a human does this, we have high chances of error. We have high chances that we'll just get tired doing this laborious and intensive task. So why not to just delegate this to the machines? In terms of figures, I would say Gartner predicts that even if AI is advancing at this fast pace, it will not be able to replace humans, because if there are different figures for this. I would request you to go to the Gartner website and look at these figures. It also says that if you are basically leaving your task just on machines without any human intervention, it might affect your business negatively. So you might go into losses. So a human element and human in the loop is very relevant these days, even if machines can do majority of our jobs. It also says that for some duration there will be parallel workforce. So machines will be doing the same thing, humans will be doing the same thing. This is basically because of the trust deficit between us as humans and the large language models, or any models for that matter. We do not trust, because these models do not tell us how they decided to do this particular task. They'll just tell you the outcomes, they'll not tell you how they did that. So Gartner also says that for this particular use case also, human element is important, because we need to trust these models first, and for trusting these models we need to see how they are producing the results. So in very brief, we are not getting replaced, rather we have to redefine what we do today. That's the only thing that we can do right now. In future we do not know, so it's better to learn AI, not so much into coding, but to understand how it works, what are the benefits and what are the limitations, so that we can use it as a tool rather than being replaced by the machines in future. In this section, we are going to talk about artificial intelligence pillar. What are the capabilities, what are the tools and technologies available for us on BTP to get started with AI? So let's start by understanding the capabilities of artificial intelligence pillar on SAP BTP. So the first offering is SAP Business AI Services. These are basically pre-trained AI models which you can use easily by using the APIs or even trying it out in different UI versions, which we have as kind of a subscription. Um, and you can use it. You do not need any technical knowledge of AI to operate it. You can just infuse these using the APIs in your application. Then, if you want to build your custom application, custom models, then you use SAP AI Core and the Launchpad service. The SAP AI Launchpad basically helps you in managing the complete life cycle of your AI scenarios which you're running. And lastly, there is Translation Hub. So, Translation Hub is basically a repository of texts which are SAP approved translations, so in different languages. And also, it gives you the capability of using the machine generated translations. So, that is also part of AI portfolio. So, in terms of business AI services, let's understand these different services which are available on BTP. The first one is business entity recognition. That means that models can basically tell you what this particular business entity is based on text or emails or any unstructured data. The data attribute recommendation basically can give you missing data and the attributes that are missing in your data, and they can tell you a value for that. Document information extraction is based on OCR technology. So you give a PDF, and all the information which is inside the PDF gets extracted easily. And lastly, the personalized recommendation. So based on your browser history or based on your previous actions, this particular service will recommend. This recommendation is basically on users. It's personalized to the user who is using it. The AI core service, it's basically used to handle the execution and the operation of your all your AI assets and the scenarios, and it also helps you in managing the complete life cycle of your AI scenarios. So I define AI Launchpad as a face of AI Core, where you can see the graphical user interface and interact with your scenarios and manage lifecycle of your AI scenarios. And it's not just AI Core, but it's embedded with other functionalities as well. So when you do your custom models, probably this comes into play. Even exploring your Gen AI hub, this is the main thing that comes up. Translation Hub, as explained earlier, it's a collection of SAP approved translations, but it also gives you machine translations as well if it's not available in SAP repository. So while explaining the capabilities, I've already explained the services which are available on SAP BTP for AI. So for business AI services, it's personalized recommendation, data attribute, business entity recognition, and the document information extraction. Plus, you have AI Core, AI Launchpad, as well as your Translation Hub. In this section, let's review TechEd 2023 in terms of AI offerings and then the impact on our job. So, as we all know, TechEd 2023 was all about infusing AI into all the BTP pillars. So, I would say infusing AI into SAP BTP. We also got the new pillar named Artificial Intelligence. Earlier, it was Intelligent Services or Intelligent Technologies, but right now it's a full fledged BTP pillar, and all the services are inside it. The major announcement was Joule. So, as we all know, it's a natural language generative AI copilot, and we have seen it in action during TechEd also. That how it can basically do all the different operations on SAP BTP, managing your accounts, entitlements, or even the users. We have also seen it in success factors affecting what employees and managers do on their day-to-day jobs. that has become very easy just by the chat interface. Um, it is also integrated into SAP Build Code, so that generates your code for the application just on the business context. So there are so many use cases and there are so many demos which we have seen. It has also done a brilliant job in basically generating your process flows and automation. So the plan basically for Joule is that it will be embedded into all the SAP's Cloud Enterprise portfolio, and we'll have to see how it affects and how efficient it is in terms of doing these operations when it's generally available. One of the major announcements in terms of AI was the Gen AI Hub, and that is generally available now also, so you can go and look at it. It is part of AI Core, so you can access it from AI Launchpad, and it basically gives you access to different large language models. For now, it's only two at the moment, but there are others planned. The two which are available is GPT-4 and the Falcon, which is open source. GPT-4 is from OpenAI, and you can use these models. You can try different prompts. It also gives you prompts editor, so you can play around with your prompts and see what is the result you're getting back from these models. And then you can use it to just embed all these findings from your prompts and whatever you're getting in terms of the results, and embed this in your BTP application. So that has basically empowered the developers to not go to different vendors, manage different credentials for these vendors, different licensing models, different ways to pay. Instead, it has just come under one umbrella, and you could use Gen AI Hub to infuse AI, or I would say Gen AI, into your applications. So, what's the impact? I think I have briefly touched upon it in the previous slide. It just gives you the ease of access. So, AI is now, you can access it very easily on SAP BTP. It's just one umbrella under which you're using different Gen AI models in terms of generative AI, and then you're playing around with it and seeing which model works best for your scenario. In terms of custom models and the lifecycle of your AI scenarios, you have AI Core and AI Launchpad. So it was there, but it has been enhanced. So you can take a look at that as well. Um, so that's basically the impact. So ease of doing things has been introduced, and it has basically empowered us as developers, which means that we can build our applications faster, quicker, less effort, and hence saving the cost. So, in terms of what should be the key focus areas, as I've already mentioned, Joule should be looked out of. So, whenever it's basically generally available, should look out for it. Reason being, it's good to know that what Joule can do, but I think the most important thing is it's good to know what it cannot do. Reason being, then only you can focus on the quality of your delivery. Then only you can know that where the human element is required, and you can make your solutions better in terms of saying that yes, this particular task can be done by Joule, but no, this is the one which requires human intervention. So that's one. The second one, for those who are not well versed with the AI terminologies and AI knowledge, they can start looking for the SAP Business AI services, because these are pre-trained models. So you do not have to do any training to make these models work. They're already working. You just need to infuse it to your application, and that can be done by using their APIs. It's that simple. And third, since Gen AI Hub is generally available now, I would recommend using it rather than going into different vendors' website and then trying out there. Just try out the prompt engineering tools in SAP Gen AI Hub and see which model works for you. So, this was the sixth episode on artificial intelligence. The next one is on integration. That would be the last BTP pillar episode, and then we'll come up with the wrap up of all the recommendations and where you can start your BTP journey. So, for wrap up, probably we have something special coming up, so stay tuned to that. You can watch all these episodes on my YouTube channel. The handle is at Marish Tech Digital. Make sure you subscribe to it. I would request you to do so, reason being, that's where I am posting it. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll get the notification when the new video is out. So thanks a lot for watching the AI episode. I'll see you in the next episode, which is on integration. And till then, feel free to browse the videos which I have posted on my YouTube channel. Thank you.